Hi all. Everything in my video is pulled from the public domain, and I am using them under the Fair Use, Fair Dealings guidelines. Everything I say is my own opinion. You should look into this information for yourselves, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Morning, everybody. All right, this is going to be one of the shorter videos that I do, but it is chock full of information and a warning for the royal family, a big warning. So let's just strap in and get there, shall we? Let's go. All right, we're starting off this morning. A meeting took place between Nikos. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to even try it. He had a meeting with King Charles, and where they discussed the cooperation between Cyprus and the UK and the Commonwealth agenda, environmental sustainability, etc., etc. And he said, as always, it was a truly friendly meeting. Next up, Princess Anne went and represented the royal family and was seen consoling Crown Prince Pavlos of Greece at his father King Constantine's burial ceremony at the former Summer Palace. It took place at the Metropolitan Cathedral in Athens, and there was lots of royalty there. This is former Spanish monarch Queen Sofia of Spain and Juan Carlos. Here you have King Philippe and Queen Matilda of Belgium. Next up was King Carl XVI Gustav and Queen Sylvia of Sweden. Next up you have King Wilhelm Alexander and Princess Beatrice. After them was Wilhelm Alexander and Queen Maxima. Prince Albert of Monaco was there, as well as Queen Letizia and King Philippe. So after members of the public paid their respects, the coffin was taken into the cathedral, and they had the official, I guess you would call it the official service. That's his son right there, one of his three sons. Apparently he has three sons, but he had a public funeral followed by a 29-kilometer procession to, and I hope I say this right, Tatoi, T-A-T-O-I Palace. Now, there was a separate private ceremony, and the king was being laid to rest with other members of the Greek royal family. Now, the private burial ceremony was not televised. There were some pictures taken today, but it was not televised. But they literally walked his coffin, the 29 kilometers, to the palace where he was going to be buried. They didn't use a hearse. I can't even imagine. That coffin had to be very, very heavy. I think having Anne go was a wonderful idea. I think if Charles or William had gone, I think the talk would have been all about Harry. It would have been a joke. That is former Queen Anne-Marie, who was next to her son, and these are the king's three sons walking behind his coffin. But just FYI, Anne's husband, Sir Timothy Lawrence, was there as well. You know, I have to tell you, when you read up on the history of this man who they're burying, he had not an easy life as king. He was exiled. He came back. He was allowed back for like 20 minutes to bury his mother. Then he was put out again. I mean, it was just absolutely insanity, really. But, you know, I'm glad that, you know, he was surrounded by family. Anne was not the only British royal relative to be there. Lady Gabriella Kingston was seen leaving the hotel in Athens for a dinner that was hosted by the Greek royal family. But I said it before and I'll say it again, I think having Anne there was the perfect choice. Nobody needed to be talking about Harry and Meghan and allegations. And so far, Anne has pretty much been, as far as I can tell, left out of the massive part of the fray. So yes, I think that she was a good choice to go and represent the royal family. Just my opinion. All right, moving on. Remember I told you about this excerpt in the book where people were saying that they thought that Harry needed some psychological help because he was talking to a tree and the tree was telling him that he should have been king? Well, I had to show you these comments from two of my subscribers, JD and Lynn Cliff. Yes, I think what you're saying is exactly accurate. All right, moving on. All right, it's come out that Harry and Meghan were not invited to the star-studded BAFTA tea party in Los Angeles because London executives decided it would be a PR disaster due to the fallout from the Spare. Van72, I agree with you. This was probably her reaction, considering that every time something happens, she either falls to the floor sobbing or lands on somebody or, it falls into somebody's arms. Yeah, whatever. But you guys know what this is really about, right? I mean, she threw Courtney Cox, or Harry did, threw Courtney Cox right under the bus, talking about he got his drugs at her house. He has proven that he cannot keep his mouth shut about anybody or anything, and discreetness is one of the mainstays of Hollywood. So as a result, they're being absolutely snubbed by all the A-listers. Nobody wants anything to do with them. Nobody. And can you really blame them? I mean, seriously, people, this is a tight-knit community that she's tried to force her way into, and it is not going well for them, because it's not only the BAFTAs that they were knocked out of, they were also knocked out of the Critics' Choice Awards, and Chelsea Handler roasted Harry in her opening act. Yes, Harry has literally become the butt of jokes. I told you about what happened with Jimmy Kimmel. I'm telling you, people just want to make fun of this man at this point, and he deserves it. This is true when it says stick a fork in him, he's done. He is. Hollywood is sick of him. They are toxic. Nobody wants to hang out with them. Nobody wants anything to do with them. Nobody wants to be seen in public with them. Can you blame them? Even the New York Times. Richard Eden asked if America was sick of them. Yes. Even the New York Times has turned on them. That's saying something. All right, moving on. All right, let me bring you up to speed now on the Jeremy Clarkson thing. Remember, he wrote that article where he said that Meghan Markle, with the thing from the Game of Thrones, where she should be stripped naked and forced to walk through the streets. And he gave an apology, and Harry and Meghan did not accept that apology. So apparently he has now given another apology, and they have not accepted that apology either. If anything, this is a perfect example of why the royal family should not apologize, okay? Because they literally want him to grovel. He's not going to. What's so nice is that he's a multimillionaire like Piers Morgan. He probably has more money than Harry and Meghan. Doesn't matter if he gets canceled. He can live quite comfortably. Even Omid Scobie, who claims not to really know Harry and Meghan, had to go and use an obscene abbreviation and celebrated the fact that Jeremy Clarkson has lost work. That shows you where his mindset is, okay? But you know who hit the nail on the head? Angela Levin, where she wrote, Harry and Meghan's response to an apology is a warning for the royal family not to say they're sorry as Harry has demanded. Jeremy Clarkson made an awful comment but acknowledged he was wrong, and then Harry and Meghan don't even have the decency to accept his apology. Instead, they're trying very hard to destroy his future. Like I said before, it's a good thing he's a multimillionaire. He doesn't need the money. I completely agree. There's no point in apologizing to Harry and Meghan. No point, because they just use it against you. I completely agree. All right, moving on. I found this to be very interesting. Gayle King is back on the morning news talking about the British monarchy and how they were heavily involved in financing enslavement voyages of traffickers. Here we go again. So Harry at this point is running around making a complete fool of himself. And of course, Meghan is nowhere to be found. She's left him hanging there. Let him run around making a fool of himself. Very interesting. So here's the thing, and I completely agree with this comment. They told their story in Finding Freedom, then Oprah, then Netflix, in The Spare, in The Me You Can't See, the podcast, The Cut, the Variety. What they haven't learned is they keep trying to say that they must get their story out there. But what they haven't learned is the more they talk, the more we dislike them. If they want us to like them, stop trying to put out your story and shut up. Now, again, I could be wrong on this, but I think Harry's on, or Meghan, one of them is online on Facebook, and this is the website. And the reason I'm saying that is some of these photos, if you look, it says above London, United Kingdom. So some of the photos that were posted in the United States, and some were posted in London. Just kind of makes you go, maybe Harry really is online. Maybe he's still monitoring to see what people are saying about him and his wife. Very interesting, I think. All right, now we're going to move on to something really interesting. According to Neil Sean, Pendham Random House may not be doing any more books with Harry because so much stuff that was pulled out of the book couldn't get past the lawyers, and so much of it was completely unverifiable, they don't want to use it. So they're even discussing whether they should even move forward with any more books. According to Neil Sean, this whole blackmail thing about putting more in a second book is backfiring for exactly that reason. Penguin Random House is like, we don't want to get in legal trouble, so I don't know whether we're going to be doing this or not. And of course, the website that I follow, Teresa Longo, said that the truth about the rumors about the royal reconciliation and about a meeting that's going to take place, all of those rumors came from California. None of it came from the UK. There you go. All right, an update on our fundraiser as of the 16th. This is how much money we have. Of course, I'm adding $500 to it. So we're at $1,132.54. Let's keep going. All right, everybody, you know what I want. Leave those comments, make them good. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you've already hit it, double check and make sure you're still subscribed. Go up into the description box and you'll find the links there for my Twitter, my Getter, my Rumble, my email, my Patreon. Don't forget, we're still collecting money for our fundraiser through the end of January. Money put into the coffee fund goes to the fundraiser. Any money put in through the thanks button comes to me. Thank everybody for watching my videos. And as always, you guys, have a great day.